Hello, hello, YouTubes. Y'all know what to do. Click like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever, whatever. And yes, your girl is back. Hold this light. A little bit too much. Let's see if we can get it over here. Yep, just like that. A little harsh on the makeup or whatever. Let's dim it. Knew I needed to do something different with the light because the light was like not hitting, but we still need to turn it down some. Awesome. I'm hearing that song. Everyone falls in love sometimes. All right. I'm also getting with a situation where people may have still like been considering to do something, and it was just like they had already been told to stop because it's like they're caught. I'm hearing somebody, they're caught. All of them. I'm also getting somebody could have Ace of Swords. Somebody literally got caught in the act. I feel like at this time there is a group of people that welcome. That there was a group of people that tried to, especially it was like before I got up, because my sleep schedule was a little hectic. And when I got up, it was clearly asked at that time that when whoever it is, let me put it this way. Someone went to a lawyer. If this was religious people or a group of people pretending to be religious, I'm getting a lawyer sitting there writing this stuff down. I'm hearing somebody just literally saying in the back of their head because I feel like somebody's not processing the fact that it's like it's a lose situation for them. It's a whole lose situation for them. And then it was like, but it's more, it's like I keep getting, it's more females than anything looking to press this situation. And the fact that they keep pressing this situation is making it even worse for them because I'm getting somebody like, even with the case, the odds is stacking up more against them than whoever it is that they're looking to do something towards. Also, some people, Ace of Swords, I wanted to say. Also, if it's more people in medical and everything else, they're caught up in this situation. But I'm literally getting a group of attorney, even if it was an attorney, I said eternity, an attorney that was doing like having a party, and I'm seeing an attorney like, look, motherfucker, either I'm gonna have to turn myself in, or either like these people coming in, they're gonna have to use the stuff that they keep bringing to them to turn it in as evidence. But this person knows that even them to defend the case is like it's a lose case, so it's like they gonna present the case, but it's like you realize at the same time that we're not winning this at all. And it's going, and like somebody knows that they don't want to take the representation of their like firm, or just even their title alone. Like, why the fuck would I even take this on? Because somebody, like, when they was taking this information, somebody sitting here looking at the evidence was like, why the fuck they keep doing this? Like, why? Like, somebody is literally like, why they keep doing this? And this is like somebody like, shit, I need to get in contact with them the best way. Or, like, it is evidence just piling up against the people who doing it, right? Then it's like somebody could be like Portuguese, Brazilian, or something like that. Them right there, this is like somebody like, look, I don't know what this attorney did, but whatever this fucking attorney did, and it's usually like this person is really about their shit, and they'll help anybody, whether it's low down or whatever. But whoever the fuck this group is, this is like a motherfucker like, man, it's either them or me. And how I done built up my reputation, shit, it's just gonna have to be them. Somebody got turned into immigration. But then it's like not just any type of immigration. This is the type of motherfucker you can't come back to the States and they gotta make the phone call to the embassy and be like, yo, this person right here, yeah. I mean, as soon as they hit the ground, have the team, have the squad waiting for them as soon as they land in your country type thing. And it's just like at the same time, oh my gosh, these sandals are so cute and my toes look so pretty. Like, like today was one of those, like, yeah. But whoever it is, I'm sorry, I was like, squirrel, ADHD. Um, whoever this person is, because it's like a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person, but somebody could be like police, sheriff. Let me just double check, because it's like, even though I'm picking up on the energy effectively and efficiently, and I know I'm being very like efficient with this situation, but like somebody is literally going through some data analytics about a situation. Also, there's buzz, there's conversation, someone screenshotted something. I know for mine, people are probably like online fucking losing their fucking mind, like, how dare she show up like this? Bitch, I'm pretty. I've been pretty. It's just I've been making people feel too comfortable for too long. Sometimes you gotta switch it up. I mean, shit, it's okay for that. Look, I ain't got no time for that. Like, somebody wanted to like argue with that for somebody. Even today, I even just went to just check my mailbox, and it's usually a guy. He out there. He usually chills by himself. He minds his business. And whoa, 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 did I not pick up on the energy of this man's wife? Was so fucking envious, and he's sitting there like, this bitch sitting here messing up my view today, but he still like snuck a little peek. I'm like, bro, like, don't do that. It's like, it's already bad enough like when you got to deal with people who are insecure, and versus feeling insecure, just, you know what I'm saying, just speak up like, hey, what is your beauty regimen? What do you do to, lose weight? What do you do to eat? Like, people just, like I said, I don't have a dick, but this shit blows me. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll be one blowed away man if I was a man right now by the way people do things, right? Also, currently in this situation, international pilot. So someone is looking to get away. A male judge covering up a crime for a police officer or a sheriff. They're looking to escape this. Also, a female judge covering up a crime for a prison personnel, a warden, or a corrections officer. So somebody's looking to escape. Also for a child, theirs, or someone close. So someone could be like somebody, whoever is a judge, or this could be a married couple looking to like cover up a crime for like their child or someone else close to them. Okay, unbeknownst to somebody, maybe you had a friend, an opposition, or something like that that had ties to the prison system or something like that. Okay, I'm looking at artful pleading. Okay, 28 U.S. Constitutional Code 1441A. Okay. So legal codes. So right now, legal codes are being alerted. Okay, something is definitely going on with the judicial system as we speak. It is the weekend, so someone is realizing like, okay, we're not going to be able to sneak something. Okay, whoever this person is. Okay, somebody's child could be like 28. Someone could be like 41, 44. Something about whatever these crimes that somebody's covering up, something that they did to someone that could be, someone could have been 41 and they did something with a 14-year-old, or somebody could be 28 and they did something to a 14-year-old. Okay. It's definitely given that trafficking done by taking by a sibling. Somebody wanted to set up a crime or something of some sort. Done taking by opposition, old street, bad business. So something about bad business, something went wrong. Okay, missing or hidden. Somebody could be within 5 to 10 miles of a location. At female, okay, so it's a female stripper or escort who could have been trying to set up something. Also, somebody is somewhere where they're not supposed to be. Like, this is like somebody doing something. I'm hearing this is going to be a catastrophe, because somebody could have literally told somebody not to do something, not to go somewhere. And whatever this person did to do, decided to do. This is even somebody even warning someone, you have to stay off their social media if you wanted this situation to go somewhere. This person did not want to listen. Unalive, kidnap, frame someone due to their orientation. Okay, so this is like a mother figure or somebody, a relative, a sibling or something like that getting upset. And this is like undue influence, improper use of power or trust by one power that deprives another one. Okay, this is a part of civil law. A Hispanic man of the circuit court judge corrections for a civil case. Sidebar conversations. So this person had a sidebar conversation with a female circuit judge, a black female that did juvenile cases. And this is like Someone felt like just because the person didn't like show up to a courthouse or wasn't like the actual participant of this case. I'm getting somebody, these people's birthdays could be November, May 21st is very prevalent. Last year 2021 is prevalent as well. 2005, 2011, 2006, 2016 as well. June 27th, June 16th, June 21st, June 5th, June 11th. Okay, I'm also getting last November 5th to November 27th. Okay. Also, we got May 6th to the May 27th. Or these could be people's birthdays as well, where they, or these were time where crimes were conducted. Also January 22nd. Okay. A Willow, some sort of foundation that they ran this money through, organized crime, human made trauma, human made things. So someone is getting caught up in some inhumane acts towards a civilian or towards a person. Okay, someone could be from New Haven, Connecticut. Okay, Connecticut is very heavy here. I'm also getting Alexandria or Alexandra or Alexandria. David, Honey. Somebody's name is Honey. Somebody's name could be Willow. Rana, Arena. Somebody could be an OBGYN. So medical people personnel in here as well. Something about wanting to settle with 1.1 million. Hell no. Somebody's life or whatever the fucking trauma you put them through, 1 million collectively? Fuck no. That right there, 1 billion? Okay, possibly. But 6 billion to me, in my situation, 6 billion. You want this shit to stay quiet, you're going to pay me 6 billion. I don't give a fuck. What are we talking about? There's nothing to discuss. 6 billion. They can afford it. All of y'all coming together collectively. 1 billion. Those people know for sure they can collectively afford that. But the other people that need to take the fall for it, let those fuckers take the fall for it. Pay back what they need to pay back and then arrest their ass. Logical sense. There's no need to do anything extra. If you want to keep me quiet, 6 billion for those government officials, and then you're going to force every single last person that's under you stupid asses, make their asses pay for what it is, and then lock their asses up. I feel like that is fair. That's justice to me, personally. In my situation, that would literally be justice to me. For those high officials, you don't want this shit to be on the news and you don't want me to talk about you, I need 6 billion each, depending on who all had a major part in it. It just depends. Because you can't force somebody to stay quiet about something inhumane that you did. And then you try to cover it up. But 6 billion is very much so fair in this situation. Also, for someone, it's a whole collective settlement of 6 billion. But as individuals, if there were people who were actually in this situation who were stealing from you, for those people, I feel like fairness in that situation, someone would get 6 million per person if it was defamation of character. Also, if it was any type of fraudulent things, misuse, misconduct, 6 million per person who were involved. For somebody, the fine would be literally 60,000. I'm getting 60,000 per charge that each individual may have had cause or went along to go do this. So somebody would want to do that, okay? I feel like this is the judgment. If that's what you're asking for, that what you will get. Also, somebody, if it was something to do with college, school, education, or anything, I'm getting any type of school, depending on the state or wherever the crime took place, you'll get free education as well. Also, fully covered medical to make sure that you have a prescribed medical team that no type of debauchery is going on, so you won't get anything misconstrued. That's the only way that situation will be fair. But any medical personnel that had a part in it and you had medical malpractice, they need to lose their license. They should no longer practice. And then per whatever the maximum of their insurance, per whatever crimes that they did, for me personally, I want 6 million per crime. You don't want me to put you on blast, 6 million per crime. Because other than that, it's going to be a story that will last forever. And trust and believe me, I'm pretty sure there's a news media willing to go ahead and do that. Like for me to have to delay all the medical cares that I needed to do for myself, I have a problem with that. That's very uncomfortable for me. Like, I can't go get my medical, my dental done because here you are doing stupid shit. I can't go sit here and do certain things that I need to because, or barely fucking eat the food, so I have to eat in a particular way now. You know, those type of things is very important. So when people have to get involved and you sitting here trying to cover up all these crimes, because right now, who we got right here? Interlocutory injunction, frequent flyers, a private pilot who you use for noise control type thing. That's like very disrespectful. For somebody, if this is a pilot or something like that, for somebody, you're gonna get close to 550,000 to $1 million from this pilot. This corrupt DA, police, DA of police and sheriff, 550 or $1 million per person. They're gonna have to pay this individually on their own. So for somebody, $550,000 to $1 million from a private pilot. Then you'll get another payment from a female district attorney for police and sheriff. Somebody who identifies as a male trans circuit court personnel that took bribes and kickbacks, and also a trans that identify as a woman kickback. So right now it's about 4 people right now, close to 5 people that you're going to have to get that. So that right there will probably equal up to whatever type of amount of money you're supposed to get. So whatever it is that they can bring you an offer for somebody, it's negotiable. For somebody, you can negotiate that. Regardless of what it is, they took a kickback. For somebody, regardless of what they bring to you, because for somebody, is basically a gag order. They need you to shh. Because for somebody, they try to claim that it's a particular mental disorder, and that's not what it is. Okay? These people want to avoid this situation. They want to avoid judgment, but they can judge you secretly, but you can't sit there and put that shit on blast. Like, no, that's not fair. Like this, like somebody was treated so inhumane. If you were like me, of any type of situation, I have been having to deal with the most inhumane shit that you could ever think of, but I'm not going to fucking complain about it, because forgive them for what they don't know. They trespass and they want me to forgive their trespasses, and I have no choice but to do that in this situation. But at the same time, it's certain things that you just don't violate. You know what I mean? So this was like a violation. This is also people doing certain things. I want to say it's like a sous ponte type thing, or like a chattel, but it's like, how dare you sit here and try to rule in emotion, and you don't know exactly a person's spiritual belief, their practice, religious, rather, even if it's just an eating habit. People that requires you to be qualified or be educated, meaning if I go look into the reference of, I'm looking at the judge who's taking on my case, and I go look into the credential of this judge, and this judge has not updated or even took any type of courses and updated themselves on psychology, this judge has no business representing my case. If this judge hasn't updated their self recently, because it doesn't matter. Even judges have to, just like police and sheriff departments do, they have to update their self with constitutions, the statutes, the penal codes, the laws, and things like that. Even most of the time, depending on certain states, they do require them to know what's going on, especially in poverty, of how people are thinking, how they're moving, and things like that. And if they're not updated on that, and especially if they're not qualified to deal with me, I am a U.S. Army combat veteran, and they're not versified in actually getting, like, UCMJ, or getting military codes of conducts, or militant people that deals with our type of psychiatry and psychology. They're not qualified, regardless if it's just state level, your local state, or anything, and you get arrested, they're not qualified to take your case. Because already you at a biased situation, because they're not knowing exactly what they're dealing with. Well, it seems like you just had an erratic behavior. To you, it's an erratic behavior, but if you're not DSM qualified, or you're not followed up on your, brushed up on your psychiatry or psychology, let alone PTSD and things like that, who are you to sit here to run this case? It's already going to be a bias against me, because you're going based off the stigma or the stereotype of what you're hearing on television, So that shit right there is literally unfair, especially if it's like veterans and that veterans do, we tend to get the fucking shit of the stick because it's like, oh, they were war veterans, they got that PTSD. They're gonna go crazy. They shoot first and then ask questions later. Yeah, it's a possibility, but at the same time, are you sitting there training yourself on what are the triggers? What would cause them to flip? Is it lighting? Is it noise? Is it people bothering them? Is it that you're moving fucking very suspiciously around that person and that person is so accustomed that sometimes you're doing shit that's causing them to flash back into it? And most likely, often more than not, most likely you are doing something that we've already seen before. And the fact that you can use that on regular civilians versus us being qualified and trained to know what certain things look like when you're doing the shit is most of the time it be justified. And then it's like, but you hurt a cop, you beat this person up. Well, most of the time the motherfucking person looked like they was gonna steal from us, and most of the time they end up stealing something that we probably really needed to give to you guys. So I feel like in this situation, I feel like it's a win because somebody need to get their ass beat. That's most of the time why, military veterans, we get fucking bad reps, and then we'll end up getting like these civilian ass doctors that feel like, oh, well, we can diagnose these veterans. We can do this. Bitch, you haven't even seen shit that we've seen before. And how the fuck would we want you to diagnose us? And then it's like, shit, you using most of these motherfuckers, the ones that be like, I'm dealing with it so fucking bad. And instead of like creating programs to help us, you're doing shit to hinder us more than fucking anything. And then you get shitty ass people because some of us, most of the time, veterans, when we go into the fucking military, we already be fucking fucked up. So we don't give a fuck. Especially if you know a person, they go to the fucking army. You guys, we were already fucked up before we went in. Okay? We've seen shit that if we talk about it, people will be like, are you okay? I'm so serious. If you literally sit down with us, our fucking sense of humor, it hits different. The sense of humor, you'll be like, that's pretty dark. You shouldn't say shit like that. Well, welcome to the fucking world of what we actually have to live through and what we deal with. And then even what we have to go through on the fucking inside. So sometimes you got to find the fucking funny in some bullshit, even though it's bullshit and we know it's bullshit. Because even then, when you go to the military and you come back out to civilian world, everything is not ever going to be the same again. You don't look at people like the people you grew up with. It don't hit the same. Like I noticed that even for myself, it's like, damn, shit, Rita, you chilling with people that they not even nowhere near the caliber of how you think, how you move, how you behave. But instead of making people feel a particular way, I don't want any, like, I had that bad habit and now I know not to, when you let motherfuckers go and they just not on that level, you let them go. It's no love lost. It's just, we not on that same plane. We not on that same vibe. We don't think the same. How I would see the world, they could not ever fathom how I'm seeing the world. And most of the time, when you leave to go to the military and you come back, shit, most of the time these people are still in the same place where you left them at. They don't want to do better. They don't see better. You know what I'm saying? If not, they probably got worse than what it was before you left. It be certain shit just like that. But then when you sit there and realize how far certain things go, you would have to really, really like think about it. And there'll be people like they're bougie, they're in their ego, they're this, they're that. And it's just like, yeah. But then most of the time, even then, I'm still at a fucking bias because the worst part about it is not only I'm a veteran, not only I'm a combat veteran, not even that, I'm a female, and then I'm a black fucking female on top of that. So all the fucking odds of dealing with that, most of the times I get shit. Even then, there be people like, yeah, we were veterans, and yeah, we was in the military, we did this. Motherfucker, I went to the same fucking war as you, bitch. But you're a woman. No, just because I got a fucking vagina shit, I probably went through it way worse. Did you have to worry about bleeding while the time we sitting there in that fucking crazy ass fucking heat, dealing with the sandstorms, dealing with the fucking bombings and shit? Did you have to deal with a period in between that shit? Shut the fuck up. That's usually like our conversations whenever we have to go back and forth. Oh, females and shit like that. And then, then you deal with the fucking women that have to basically, some of them overcompensate. I'm not for the overcompensate for shit. I'm gonna let you do what it is, but don't fucking try no stupid shit. And it was just like, it'll be sometimes where I had some guys be like, yeah, we were veterans. Yeah, I have a friend, he was in the war too, and he don't mind killing. Okay, I don't mind killing a motherfucker. I ain't no killer, but don't push me. Don't threaten me with a good motherfucking time. The fuck? I remember when I went to Tennessee and then it was like I met with the biker or whatever, and I guess to him it was like it was supposed to have spooked me at that time. And then when he realizes like, damn, it's a great conversation at the same time and she's not scared, the fuck I'm gonna be scared for it. Motherfucker, either you gonna fight for your life or you just gonna take that shit like a bitch. Motherfucker, you at least fight for it. There's no different than like somebody gonna try to rape you. Okay, you gonna take that shit, but at the same time, you gonna figure out, is this person, does he got a broke neck? Does he got a weakness? Shit, most of the time these be people that don't even know their fucking weak spots. So shit, either way it goes, you're gonna still be at an advantage. It's just, are you smart enough while they sitting here trying to figure out as a woman? Take that shit, but at the same time, you know, if you're in your home or something like that, you know your home, you know where you got sharp objects, you know where if you got a gun somewhere, that motherfucker don't, unless they planted something in your fucking home. But other than that, shit, you better keep something real fucking nice to you if you trying to take that motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? It's just like certain people don't think about those things, and then it's like, you know how far people be willing to take shit by the way that they think about it. But also when it comes to it, most of the time, more often than not, you get people that want to test like veterans or elderly people or even children because of the money that come along with it. And then it's like they take advantage of it because sometimes as veterans we get this shit about it in the flack because they bank on the fact that we have PTSD, and if we already grew up with shitty fucking family and we're not in tune with our family, guess what they're doing? Oh, behind our backs, and we don't fuck with them like that, and we're not giving them money, and they figure out how much money we get. These will be people that'll just be like, yeah, I feel like that they're, they end up calling your doctors. Like this shit happens so often more than not that people don't understand. As veterans, and especially us that went to war and we don't fuck with our families like that, they're more often than not, they'll be going behind our backs and they'll be like, I just want to support you. No, they don't. They just be wanting to go figure out who our doctors are. They'll try to go figure out what type of medications you're on. And then on the background, when you're not around and stuff like that, like, I'm super supportive, I'm just trying to hear you. And then they do this fucking want to try to play like mind games with you. And then on the back end, they call in attorneys like, hey, how can I get a power attorney over my son? He's dealing with PTSD and things like that. And I don't feel that he's responsible, especially when they are at a disadvantage and they don't make money, or they're being lazy. These are people who are fucking lazy. And then they want to eat off us as veterans and shit like that. Especially if you're a veteran and get like pension, retirement and shit like that, and social security. These fuckers will do shit so fucking dirty to a point where they're going behind our backs trying to call our doctors, trying to call attorneys like, what happens if I get like a power attorney over them? What happens if I get like a conservatorship over them? And then while they're doing this shit, they'll go get these people to do this and be like, they're losing their mind. They'll allow you to go do certain things, but on the back end, someone will go hire private investigators to try to catch you doing erratic behavior. Like, some people, like, as most of us, we're really fucking chill. We'll drink, we mind our business. Some of us, we drink, smoke weed, but we at home, we don't really like to be in a fucking crowd. You know what I'm saying? We do what it is that we do, but we don't fucking bother people. But the greedy fucking people and, family and relatives that really just greedy and they lazy, they don't want to fucking work or nothing like that, they will literally be the ones trying to, call friends and family. And most of the time, we be antisocial than a motherfucker. Most veterans are really antisocial. Well, combat, like war, like if they went through one or more fucking tours overseas, most often than not, we're more antisocial. Not like we can be sociable, but the preference is being by ourselves. We don't like to really be bothered. And these will be people that if they get upset, especially like with mine, that bitch was so fucking money hungry. Anything that she could do to get people to go along with her bullshit, they were for it. Like how much money we can get from it. How much is their life insurance policy? How much do they get from this? And then they'll go like ear hustle. Like if you grew up in military families, they start calling their friends like, so yeah, how you got your money? And then how did you get your military rating? Well, how much money did you get from this? They trying to calculate what type of money you getting. And when they try to calculate what type of money you getting, they look at us as the veteran because we get our checks and stuff like that. They trying to figure out, okay, well, if they getting this, and then if we go ahead and file this type of paperwork and we can get Social Security off of them, and then if we file this on them, we could get their preference, and then we can get this. Like literally, people are so fucking low down. This shit been happening for like 30 years plus. I used to see people where men would come from like the Gulf War, the Vietnam, the Korean War and shit like that. People from like the Vietnam and Korean War, oh, these fucking people be eating their ass up for dinner. Like they be eating off of these people, and it'd be their own fucking family, whether they know it or not. Archangel Michael in the building, especially like the Navy used to get some sort of like incentive way back in the day, and I noticed that some of these people will be like, well, he was a veteran and he needs somebody to take care of him. So, in this state, in Tennessee, they'll pay for the caregiver, but, we'll also get an extra check from the Veterans Affairs. And then, once we get ready to take him there, then we can get the travel benefits for his ass. And then, the state will still give them Social Security and stuff like that. Like, motherfuckers really be doing that. Black people be notorious for that shit. I done see more black Spanish motherfuckers do that shit in the military to, like, they, veteran family members than anything. Like, they'd take that shit as a quick come up. But that shit used to, like, break my heart because I'd be like, damn, is anybody speaking up? Is anybody even watching this shit? And then it gets even worse. Some of the doctors, like I said, where, you'll hear certain military veterans talk about the doctors that be coming in as civilians and they don't really be having life experience and shit like that. And then you have to depend on these people to give you a fucking rating for something that they never experienced, they would not ever see in their life. So basically you have somebody listen to your life, listening to what you go through, and could not even relate, not even just for the tiniest piece of it. And most of the time, these doctors come in just to, like, be asshole. Because it'd be some people where you hear some veterans like, this person is married to my uncle or something like that, and they trying to do this. And they really fucking do. But it's like, instead of, like, the Veterans Affairs or the government or the federal government starting to look into that shit, they just be allowing that shit. And it'd be people really deserving of their fucking ratings and stuff like that. And then they be giving fucking ratings to motherfuckers that literally made it through fucking AIT. Like, motherfucker, you talking about you traumatized from fucking AIT. If you don't get the fuck out of here. That shit used to piss me off. I'm like, so you mean to tell me you only went to basic training and you got 100%? That shit didn't ever fucking make sense to me. And it'll be a motherfucker that went to war, went through shit. Like, we go through shit. Especially if they're with Navy SEAL, Army, Marines, our fucking body breaks down over fucking time. We doing 4 miles, 12-mile ruck marches shit. The Marines shit, they gotta do on they fucking PT test 6 miles. Motherfucker, I'm sorry, not sorry shit. Even then when we used to do brigade and division runs for 6 miles, motherfucker, I'll be about ready to fucking pass out after that day. Like, leave me alone, ice my motherfucking legs, give me an ice bath, some shit like that. But our bodies break down, our ankles be fucking up, our knees, our backs. Shit, imagine doing fucking 12-mile marches, combat boots with fucking rucksacks on your back. Most of the time, depending on your chain of command, if they really fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? If they having a nice day, they'd be like, okay, we only doing 75 today. But shit, if you get some motherfuckers where they really just like, they need you prepared and it was time for us to get deployed, you carrying about a good 75 to 100 pounds on your motherfucking back. Because when you get downrange, oh, forget all that. Shit, it may feel like you pulling 2 fucking grown-ass men bodies just to get to where the fuck you need to go. Because, a man for his own until it's time for us to go do what we got to go do. And this is like people that don't grasp the concept of that shit. I'm not fit to give no rating to nobody who ain't been over across the motherfucking seas. You ain't been across that water. You ain't seen the shit that we seen. You ain't experienced half the shit that we experience. What the fuck we go through. And then you gonna use these dumb motherfuckers to give me a rating. Then you give these dumb motherfuckers that shit. As a woman, it fucks with your period. It fucks with your skin. It fucks with all parts of your fucking reproduction. Shit, sometimes we come back and most of the time our body doing weird shit it ain't ever fucking did before. Either our periods changing, it's stopping. We have shit growing in our body because considering, I'm not going to sit there and let it be known, but certain injections we getting, it do some type of alteration to our fucking genetics and shit. That shit be fucking for real. And then they be like, are y'all aliens? You might as well call this motherfucking cyborg once you go into that bitch. Especially if you was a fucking war veteran between 2001 up until 2018. Your motherfuckers you a mutation. You're a goddamn mutation, okay? Your DNA is not fit to be the motherfucking same that you ever thought it was. Because around 2018, that's when they like stopped doing certain shit. But that's when they started doing fucking inhumane, human-made trauma research studies on our motherfucking ass, trying to see how much trauma can we put on some of these motherfuckers and see who gonna kill who first. This is like the same fucking research that they did in like 1968 to 1988. And then they did the same shit again in 98. Like two of those studies, about three of those studies that they running conclusively right now as we speak on certain fucking veterans. And they be like, oh, we're going to keep that secret. It's supposed to be fucking top secret, but it ain't fucking top secret to me because you're not going to disrespect what the fuck it is that I can see, what I can hear. Because y'all know extra sensories is a fucking thing. It's just been classified, but until it's time for us to release this shit, this is probably one of the fucking grounds where you'll have to pay me to be, shh, we can't talk about that. You right, because everybody's fucking stupid as fuck. You know, if people want to stay dead, let them stay dead. That ain't got shit to do with me. I speak for those who actually know what the fuck I'm saying, because ain't shit a fucking conspiracy about anything that I said, but I've been through, because it's fucked up. And that's why it's like one of those situations like, oh, that's why you should have been, motherfucker, I should have been part of the fucking intelligence department when I came in. They knew that. Shit. But shit, at the same time, they knew for a fact if I became a fucking Marine, it's just like, okay, well, if we did train this fucker, well, shit, I probably would be very useful. You know what I'm saying? If we had fucking extracurriculars in the federal department, which we do, I'm pretty sure I'll be very useful. I stand out and I'm not suspected, you see? But instead of being stupid and you allow these dumb fucks to sit here to intervene, y'all know they intervene with my emails, my text messages, my phone calls, my social media, instead of stopping these stupid fucks and just getting them out the fucking way so you can go ahead and get to me effectively, guess what? They're going to be your little tools and your little puppets that's going to be very useful for me. And these are people like, I thought we were hiding. You can't hide something if you're still letting the stupid fucks be in my energy and you know that, hey, she has this capability. She just haven't tapped into the other one, or has she? Is she just not using it? And with the confusion of you not knowing what I know, because you do need to know and you want to know, and the fact that you want to know because you know that it's there and you know that you're not going to be able to do that, you know you're trying to get somebody at a disadvantage and you know you're not capable of it, you're causing the people that you're still allowing to do the stupid shit to go ahead and calculate your moves, because guess what? You're exchanging money from a Federal Reserve. You're still giving them access to the shit. So the more you're giving them access, the more you're giving me information to them. The more the justice people, the more the legal people talk to them, the more these celebrities talk to these people, the more people you're paying that are low lives to do the crimes to it, you're giving the energy away. But it would be crazy if they sit there to say, like, there's a lot of people that has the capability of what I'm talking about. Everybody do it their own way, because it's no different than when you learn a job, right? And it just takes you to go ahead and learn what it is that you need to learn. But eventually you start doing your own way. Either you're going to be getting really fast at it, or you're just going to be very accurate and precise at it, right? So regardless of how it goes, you just got to have the capability and the knowledge of knowing what the fuck it is that you're doing. Just making sure that you're getting taught appropriately. But in this situation, we have more fucking people that you're allowing to keep doing stupid shit. And then it's like, how does she know this? How she know this shit? Because you're allowing the stupid motherfuckers to be here. But my bad. Don't worry. I'm supposed to be incompetent. Right? Incompetency is a thing, right? And then we're going to keep allowing someone to steal someone's competent and content and then act like they're competent. But then there are same people that are stalking that person. Logic will say in this situation, God bless the USA. The fuck? Yeah, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. It's like the fulfillment of this situation is just like, just fill me in. Just fill me in. Whatever it is that you're looking to offer, these are people already know. You got to check the VPN, DSN, you checking the IP address, checking their moves and shit, and checking it twice, making sure you're naughty or not. Santa Claus is coming to town. Why the fuck am I singing a Christmas song? This is fucking weird. But at the same time, it's just like, with the situation, this is like, people now will, eventually, I feel like it's going to be more sooner than rather than later that people are going to have to see in this situation where it's like, why would you allow certain things like that? In this instant, this is people that literally will have to come to me physically, like they know that. But where it's like, it'll be a force push through and these people be arrested, because it's going to go one or two ways. It's going to be a group of people that are trying to hinder me that's going to end up getting arrested. For me in this situation, this is like, if DeSantis is still involved in this, he will have to get arrested. This will be something where somebody going to be like, what? If they're looking at the federal people right now, which they know right now, the president is fully aware, hey, she knows what she's talking about. She's competent. There's no way that we're going to sit here and prove incompetence. There's no fucking possible way that you can prove incompetence. And the only way you're going to be that, like, do you know how to spell your name? Do you know how to count? I need you to prove this, because a person that's incompetent, you would not be able to structuralize or come up with certain phrases or even know about certain laws and statutes and things like that. These are people that when they be like, oh, I got to go look into the year of this, and then I got to go look at, and it's like, okay, but elaborate on that. What exactly are you looking when you're going to look into that? Don't worry, I'll wait. This is someone that wouldn't grasp the concept of context clues, perpetual thinking, or structuralized thinking and things like that. This will be a person like, whoever been stealing my content, I'm pretty sure somebody, if you throw a question out there for them to elaborate, they'll be like, well, I don't know. This is like someone that would literally try to make themselves sound fucking intelligent, but couldn't be able to elaborate efficiently, effectively. Okay? Something about somebody being 62, or somebody could have been born in 1962, 1975, or between 1962 and 75. Somebody was trying to literally hide something that they were doing, and it's like, there's no hiding it. There's no longer can you gaslight a person when you know you're being gaslighted. If somebody's very dismissive and they always like, is there any other questions? And they're not asking the question, you're being gaslit. Basic psychology 101. This is like somebody feeling like they can hide certain things, because I have a network. People only join sororities, fraternities, and they don't mind being turned out like shit. A fraternity and sorority is like a low budget of somebody trying to say, fuck me into the game. I just want the networks and the connections. If anything, if somebody was smart right now, if you dealing with Veronica Lynn Shield Walker, I will kick that bitch out. I would not ever fucking work with her ass. Like, harassment and bullying at its max. Like, it's certain people that feel like because I didn't say their name that it's like, it's irrelevant. Why would I be concerned about Carmelita? Why would I be concerned about, Tierra Tanisha? Why would I be concerned about any of these fucking irrelevant ass fucking people? That's like somebody saying, well, did you know she was your twin? Okay, I don't give a shit. Our mental level and our capacity is literally, hers is like, not to sound like an asshole or nothing, like, don't ever compare that shit to me. That's like even somebody, if they be like, oh, you are a twin. Okay, I wouldn't, put it past anything, but I really wouldn't give two shits. If I didn't know them then, I don't want to know them now. But thanks for allowing me to know that. So it makes logical sense of why I got pregnant with twins plenty of times, In your lifetime as a twin, you can go ahead and have up to 4 to 6 sets of twins. If not, you'll have up to 2 sets of triplets. You see? That's something scientifically that can be proven. But it's like, why would I feel any type of way when I know at the same time there's a lot of people that's been doing bullshit every fucking single day? Like, oh, they're going to have to, censor what they say. What the fuck would I censor what the fuck I say? Like, these are people that literally will say the most fucked up shit in the background and want you to censor what it is that you're saying. Make logical sense of that. This is also like, in my instance, like I said, I done had these people pay gay men to date me. I done had them pay men to try to give me HIV, AIDS, you name it. Like, the most disgusting shit that you can ever think of. That's why I know when it's time for them to arrest these people, I will be the happiest person. That's if they all the people that they got involved in this shit, that's if those people don't beat the people or the feds to their ass. Like, if they offer people a certain type of money, it's probably people like, I want my shit back. I want my money back. I want this back. You lied to me about this and that. You had these people do this and this. You had me thinking that they was just trying to reveal certain crimes and shit that I was into just to be honoring. And it's like, no, why the fuck would I reveal shit? They knew the capability of me. They just didn't want to tell you guys that. And they need to go ahead and say, she's lying, she's lying, she's a liar. Until y'all realize who the real fucking liars are. Don't nobody get any fucking madder than the person who got to confront the person who told the lie in the first place. Certain people, when they lying, they don't like to be confronted about this shit. What you asking me for that? They gonna be quick to be on the defense. They gonna be quick to sit there and try to shut you down. They gonna be quick to try to get up off the phone with you. You calling them, they ain't trying to answer the phone and stuff like that because they know that they did some trifling ass shit. Rules and obligations of when you have to deal with a fucking narcissist. And I've dealt with one of the coldest motherfuckers in my life. Like I said, I lived with a person that literally my life revolved around. There was no touching. There was no hugging. There was no good job, do better. God forbid that I came home with like a low B, damn near a C. Oh my God, the world was ending. But even then, when I brought it up to an A or B or something like that, it was no congratulations, good job. Oh, I love you. I miss you. Have a good day. I have not ever experienced that shit a day in my life. Ever. And when I did, you know what I'm saying, I had to end up learning the difference between someone fake celebrating you and things like that over time. I learned a lot of shit. But at the same time, that woman there was nothing affectionate about this person whatsoever. Ever. Like I lived with a master emotional manipulator. I'm talking about the master manipulator of finessing, the gift of gab, you name it. But it's just like, I'm just so grateful that I haven't ever been a person to try to utilize that and use that to my fucking benefit. Don't feel bad about something. Ain't nothing to be sorry about. Shit, I didn't get what I deserved, but shit, I deserve it because I give it to myself. I'm just grateful and blessed that I've been a kid to go ahead and know, like, even to myself, I've always told myself since a little girl, even if the person don't ever love you. And I remember going to one church before a very long time ago. I was like, maybe give or take, I was like between the age of 5 or 7 years old. And I remember one of my teachers, and then when I went to the church and stuff like that, they was like, regardless if nobody ever tell you they love you, always love yourself first. But always be strong enough to tell yourself, even if you got to stand into the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself. Tell yourself you're proud of yourself. And that shit stuck with me since I was between 5 or 7 years old. So it's like, to have the validation of another person, I've never really cared to like get validated, even in a relationship. But they wanted to cause me to be submissive to being people pleasing. I gotta please everybody else, but causing me to neglect myself. And that was something like, I was like, that's not good for your mental health. And I had to learn that over times, even when, I might have made bad decisions in my life. And then even though my kids are not bad decisions, it was just, messed up choices. And if you don't ever learn it, you won't ever know. But you live and you learn. So I lived and I learned. I didn't have nobody teaching me. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I had to be a student to life. They tell you it's a hard knock life. It's really a hard knock life. And the hard knock life comes in when you have to learn life, when life is teaching you. Life be lifing. That's why people be like, why are you so nonchalant? Life be lifing. Shit happens. People lie. Situations will lie. But are you going to be willing to lie to yourself? And that's just the biggest thing that you can ever look at any type of situation. Are you going to be lying to yourself? And I'm like, you know what? The only way you lie to yourself is when you're saying, I can't do it. That's not good for your mental health at all. At all. But you got to be able to know, okay, there's not going to always be somebody there to catch you when you fall. You got to think about it, unless you was just born with somebody else. But even then, if you coming out as a twin, you got to either be pushed out or cut out. You're born what? You're born alone. So either you're going to be naked and afraid, meaning I'm going to be naked and stripped of everything that I've ever known in the world. Whether, you got to be vulnerable. You got to be transparent. So when you're born into this world, you're fully transparent, right? That's the point of when you see authentic things, and you want to see the authenticity of certain things, you got to be transparent. When you were born into this world, you was born naked. When you die of this world, they can clothe you, but when they get ready to burn you, you naked, right? You're naked. You're stripped of everything that you could have left for. But the only thing that you're left with in this world is the legacy about what you leave behind. And if you don't know what you're meant to be, guess what? Everything that you're aspiring to be is going to stand for nothing if you're falling for everything else. So I'm not going to make it my life like life going to be life. But in order for you to know what's going on in life, you got to be willing to learn that shit. It's a hard knock motherfucking life out here. But are you going to get up? Because you can't go no lower but then to just give up and just like let life take you away. And when life take you away, all the broke niggas passed away. Magic Johnson got a cure for AIDS, right? That's what Kanye said. But do you want to be broke and broken and left alone? Or would you rather be broken, rebuild yourself, heal yourself? And sometimes you could be broken and heal way better than what you were before you got broken. Sometimes the most brokenest things be the most strongest things when you rebuild it, but sometimes it recreates certain things as if you looking at the fucking Mona Lisa. Some people will look at the Mona Lisa and be like, I don't see the point of it. Some people will sit there and, listen or read Shakespeare and be like, I don't get it. If we really talk about it, Aristotle didn't get what other people were when it came to the caste system. You got to think about certain people when it comes to particular religions. Some people don't get it. Everybody ain't going to get what the medical term is. Everybody's not going to get what the law term is. Everybody don't know what the street code is. You see? But if you're willing to open yourself and learn it, you got to be open for the next person to be open. But you got to be transparent so I know to learn to trust it. But the first of all, do you trust yourself to be able to say that even if I go into this world, or even if I go into this land, or even if I step into this whole thing that's very new to me, it's unknown to me, what is your fear? You got to face that fucking fear. Because you can't go into life and be fearing of dying. Death is guaranteed. Taxes is guaranteed. But living, it's an unknown thing. How bad do you want to live? How bad do you want to sit there and just see what more out there is for me to see? What more out there is for me to learn? I didn't get a love from a mother or a father. But I learned how to remother and parent myself because I became a mother. Damn, I didn't like being treated that way. So I'm going to be that mother to nurture them kids in every which way. Every time they laughing, shit, the joy of them laughing. But at the same time, as a mother, what are they laughing about? Because I love to hear that laughter. What is making them smile? Ooh, that little piece of crayon, that little piece of show, that little bit of music, that frequency, that going on that water slide, that doing that thing. That right there is fucking gold money. There's no money in the world that can pay for that. But as a mother, being attentive to it, that's a beautiful thing. As any energetic, well-being person, you have masculine and feminine energy in you. So without the father, I had to become the father. So I had to become the protector. They fall. Your baby fall. You trying to catch them. They're learning how to ride their bike. They're learning how to get on that scooter. They're learning how to stand up and walk for the first time. They're learning how to go up the stairs. That's why when they tell you, you must go back to a childlike state. Because the worst mistake that anybody can make is sit there to manipulate you that happiness is not guaranteed for you. Happiness is in everything that you do. It's just the thinking. Some people get their wires crossed. Some people hold on and, well, my mama didn't do this for me. Baby, you can't blame somebody for something that somebody didn't know better to do. Forgive them for what they didn't know. The choice is, are they willing to learn and grow from it? Are they willing to grow from it? Are they willing to heal from it? That's the biggest fucking question about the situation. And if that's something that they're not willing to do, you let it go. And in the end all be all of that situation is called a life lesson. A loss is a life lesson. You live and you learn. It starts with an L for perfect. If you sit there and look into the sole purpose of the alphabet, and even when you sit there and look at the letters of those things, that shit can go very, very deep on a higher level that it's certain people, even the most mundane person, of a person that you can even feel like they're uneducated or whatever, you teach them about what's the sole purpose of the alphabet, I guarantee people will look at life so differently. It's nothing to ever be upset about. All they stole from me, baby, the Most High, the Creator. And if you got a firm belief in a very strong faith-based type of situation, you know what? Instead of you getting angry, instead of you sitting there want to be vindictive and get revenge, guess what? I'm going to chalk that shit up as they needed that a little bit more than I did. But at the same time, it's more of that where it came from. And you know what you're going to do? I'm going to put into the atmosphere the art of manifestation, right? I'm going to put into the atmosphere. Lord, they took millions from me. But energetically, I'm going to be worth millions. You want to know why? Damn. Every time this person come in, you struggling. You don't know where your next meal coming from. You don't know where your bill coming from. But the energy that you manifested because you said, God, I let go. They stole from me. They lied on me. They hurt me. They left me in the dirt. Basically, if you're a biblical person, you call yourself Christian, put yourself in Job's position. Job, all 14 of his kids killed. All his crops died. His wife got angry. She left him. She dies. Job gets sick. He catches an infection because he's sitting here. He's just trying to figure out, God, what happened? What did I do? I know I tithe. I know I help the homeless. I know I'll feed anybody. Knock and the door shall be open to you. Ask and you shall receive, right? I know I'm doing the right thing. Why am I suffering? Hey, the devil said he wanted to test you to see if you got faith in me. And when he tested you to see if you got faith in me, you had so much faith and you stood your ground. You didn't know where your meal was coming from. But sometimes even a stranger came in and said, hey, Job, you got to eat. Hey, Job, it seems like you need somebody to talk to. Even though Job knew what the buddies came in, but Job also understood. He had an elder. He had a person who was his peer. He had somebody younger than him. And even with those three people speaking to him all at the same time, Job knew at the same time. All right, I hear you. I heard you. I'm listening. Y'all make valid points, but at the same time, Job knew. I didn't. You must have did this and this. I didn't do any of that. But I hear you though, because now Job listening and being Job, I get the perspective of what you're saying because I know if somebody go through that, I can take that in consideration. That's something duly noted. I'm gonna use that as a sponge because if somebody is going through it, you'll be able to recognize it in his environment, right? Job knew that. The peer, like, yeah, maybe it was okay. I hear you. That's called a perspective. Thank you for the projection, but you're not projecting on me, but I hear you. The young person, he giving them new insight, new vibe, like, okay, I hear you, but it's nothing like that. I got you. But at the same time, you guys, none of this information is very valuable and useful for me. Thank you all for coming here to see about me. I appreciate the opinion. He didn't get offended. He didn't take no offense to it, but it sat with him because he had to sit there and think like, maybe it's a possibility. But Job knew at the same time to stand fast, stand firm, and know like, hey, trouble don't last always. Cry for a night, you weep for a moment, but you're going to get right back up, right? He knew that. But at the same time, he was encouraged, but then he got discouraged because it's like, God, why would you allow these people to go so hard at me? And he said, all right. He was like, God, you're going to have to show me at some type of point. Like, I believe in you, but now you got to make me a full believer to know that you really said that what you're going to do is what you're going to do, because I know I didn't do nothing to disappoint you, God. And I don't want to disappoint you and lose my faith, encouraging you that you said that there was something in the bigger making for me to do this, because I know you didn't take nothing away from me without a purpose. And guess what? As soon as he did that, God said, let me show you who I am. And when God showed up, when it came to Job, I stood fast when it came to Job. And I said, Job, that's some gangsta ass shit. God, you got to show me. And sometimes God be like, hold on. Let me see what the devil got up his sleeve real quick. Because you know at the same time, rebuke the devil and he will flee. You want to know why? Because the devil still submit to me. The devil only do what I allow him to do. Not what it is that you feel that he's going to do. He's going to tempt you, of course. But he's only allowed to do what I tell him to do. But I told him, touch not my prophet, do him no harm. Right? Job, you are my child. And with that being, Job, let me show you how I'm going to bless you. And guess what Job did? Gave him a wife. Gave him 14 more children. Gave him the biggest house out there. Gave him more land. Gave him more than anything that he could ever imagine. And it's like, God, his health was restored. Even better than what his health was before. You got to be willing to weather the storm. You can't be scary out here. If you believe in a higher power, you say you believe like you believe, because even regardless of what type of things, ain't no Adam and Eve, because even Adam got left before Eve came along. Lilith took the path of the loneliest path. But honestly, did we even have to ask who Job's wife was? Don't worry, I'll wait. But it ain't nothing religious, it's spiritual. That's spiritual warfare. But on the spiritual, as above, so below, God seen what he was fighting in the spiritual, but he was also battling that in the physical. But at the same time, as he battled that, he stood firm. But as you sit there and you fight in the spiritual, God said, guess what? I got a big one for y'all. Y'all know how y'all thought Job wasn't going to get through it? Y'all thought he wasn't going to make it, right? He prepared his table in the presence of the enemy. Because people was already jealous of what that man had, because he couldn't do no wrong. He couldn't do no wrong. And even when he couldn't do no wrong, he blessed them in front of his fucking enemies. He had to do something wrong. They was adamant. He had to do something wrong. He had to do something wrong. He ain't did nothing wrong. He ain't did not a damn thing wrong. The only thing that he felt a little bad about was, God, I had to make you prove yourself. But God said, you ain't make me do nothing. You my child. You my baby. You my son. You your daddy's son. You your daddy's baby. And daddy said that I'm going to make sure that you get everything that you need, baby. You ain't going without eating. You ain't going without sleeping. They going to fuck with you, baby. But you been okay. You right. I was okay. They did these things, but you lived, though. You right. I ain't even mad at it. That's where people don't fancy the fact of how are you able to let go of shit that they would never be able to let go, because guess what? They're not you. They're not you. God go ahead and put the anointing on those regardless of what it is, because he asks you to come as you are. If you cuss all day, come as you are. You drink all day, come as you are. But he'll tell you, let go of them spirits, though. Let go of the spirits. You can't be sitting here talking about it as a spiritual thing. You got to drink alcohol all day. Yes, he turned water into wine, but shit, wine ain't meant to be drank all the damn time. Periodically, celebratorily, yeah, of course. But to drink that shit every day just to celebrate, every day is a celebration for you. Okay, well, you just looking to justify some type of tool to abuse what it is that I'm giving to you. Now we're into greed and gluttony. Let my people go. But again, knock and you shall have the door open unto you. Fasting is useful for you. But it also will show you at the same time when you're going through that blank harvest, when you're going through that time where you at your lowest, God going to reveal to you all the people who actually didn't even believe in you in the first place. You want to know why? He going to show you all the immature people. He'll show you all the people who want to stop you, who want to prevent you from talking to people, getting information that you need to. Because sometimes even when you're in the storm, people are meant to still talk to you. There's certain things that you're supposed to say, okay, duly noted. All right, I heard that. Now I get the perspective of what they're saying, because now that when you go back out there and he blesses you again, because you're going to be blessed if you stand fast. Only if you stand fast and you stand firm on it. Those wisdom, because wisdom is whatever it is that you're getting it. I heard it from an elder. I heard it from my peer. I heard it from a child. Right? So anything that you have, no conversation that you ever have with anyone is meaningless. Nothing that you do on a day-to-day is meaningless. People you encounter, conversations you have, things that you look at is not meaningless. Everything has a meaning to it. Every person. That's why it's like, Rita, you know what? You can't get mad. Yeah, that person hurt your feelings. But it was meant for you to meet that person. It was meant for that person to hurt you. It was meant for that person to send that video of you. It was meant for that person to lie on you. It was meant for that person to steal from you. It was meant for that person to betray you in every which way. It was meant for those people to steal those millions from you. It was meant for those people to steal those certain things from you. It was meant for you. Nothing is meaningless. I've said that my whole life. Nothing that you ever do is meaningless. Even when a child come up to you and they try to tell you, hey, you look so handsome today. I like your shoe. It was meant for you to know something, even childlike, even if it's adult, even if it's an elder. If an elder sit there and they talk to you, and God forbid they got dementia and they having a conversation with you, you know who you remind me of? You remind me of my granny, because guess what? In that moment, you had took on their granny's spirit, and that was something that their brain had needed in that moment. Nothing is ever meaningless in life. That's why I take life so serious, and then how I handle things. A lot of people can't handle that. I have more haters than I have of lovers. But to hate somebody, you got to love them, baby. You can't have one without the other. Confirmation and prediction. Because I'm hearing, although we have come to the end of the road of immaturity, of people trying to dry up with all their immature behavior, eventually people will want to push that to the side, because, baby, at that point, you doing your own life injustice. You doing life suicide. That's equivalent to taking your life before it's time for your life to be taken. But sometimes, if it's of will, you're going to live. If it's not of his will, you got to go. But also at the same time, what were you playing in? What were you dealing with? Who did you have in your energy? Who did you not want to listen to? Who was it that you being, aggressive? Like, I don't feel like anything that a person tell me. That's why it's like people be like, damn, you apologizing and you shouldn't be apologizing. Some people feel like they shouldn't apologize. Some people don't. But me, if you tell me, hey, apologize to me, what exactly do you need me to apologize to you about? Did it hurt you? Did it affect you in some type of way? And it doesn't matter if a person has a mental illness, if they feel like they got a certain power or anything over you. Did it affect you? And you say your piece and you go on about your business. But just to make sure, so you can be sure, to make sure that if that person is very manipulative, they're a liar, they're a deceiver, you give them what they need and you go on about your business. Those are people that you don't keep in your energy. And trust and believe me, God's will, he gonna make sure that those people have no access to you after whatever it is that he brings back into you. Because nothing is meaningless. God do not allow people back into your space energetically, physically, spiritually, whenever he knows that there's something that they ain't supposed to be doing around you. Ever. You got to be firm. Stand fast, And especially if you come from unconditional love. People be sitting out here talking about their love. No, they don't. I only love you if you do this for me. I only like you if you do this for me. That's conditional. Unconditional, I'm not boastful. I'm not angry, but I have a right to express how I'm feeling. I have a right to say what it is that you did to me and how it affected me. I have a right to sit there and tell you how I do not need that to happen to me. That's called boundaries. Unconditional love do have boundaries. Unconditional love is okay for you to say that I'm not emotionally available to hear those things at this time. Emotional availability is very much so a luxury of life, to know where you are in your life. And if people can't accept that, those are not the people that you need in your life. It says honor thy mother and thy father. That means just acknowledge that they are there. It doesn't mean that you have to keep them there. Because when you decide to marry, your mother and father are not your priority. When you get married, your priority is now, if you are a woman, your husband and those children. and whatever y'all create in that unit. If you're a husband, your priority in your business is your wife and your children. That's no different than if you get a phone call and you hearing about your parents in the hospital, but your husband end up at the hospital. What are you doing? I gotta go to my husband. Oh, well, mommy died but my husband was in the hospital. That's my family. I left the womb. I left the bosom. I left the nest. This is my nest. That's no different than when your children get older and your children decide I'm going to make sure my children, they choose their husband. They choose their wife. Mommy will be okay. I'm pretty sure you'll get to me when you can. And if you just can't, that's okay. Hearing your voice is enough for me. You see? The beauty of life. That's why they made the movie The Lion King, even though it was based off the fatherless child. It's the circle of life. It's the circle of life. The infinite. It's an infinity. But do you have love in it of all? That's how we evolve. That's how they can play on your mental. That's how they can play on your psychological. That's how they play on your psyche. Hold on. So, certain things are not, as important as people make it to be. You know what I'm saying? It'd be people that will collaborate and want to work against you and things like that because what it is that they're doing, they know they're wrong. But to admit they're wrong, babies, some people got to stand so firm on what it is that they do so wrong. It makes them look bad in the end. So you just don't, ain't nothing for you to do. Allow people to do what they're going to do. Allow people to show you what they rather do so you can do what you have to do. And if that requires for you to just let those people go, let them go. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you'll have people who don't like you because the wisdom you carry. Sometimes you'll have people, not like you because the way you love. The way you just go get it. The way that people will just want to cater to you because you carry that energy. You carry that spirit. You carry that type of love and they don't have it in them because it's like instead of them asking, well, how do I make the change? They feel like they got to steal, lie, connive. But even then, they still don't even make the change because they're still stuck at the same age and they remain the damn same. It's facts. Statistics. But if not blaming who did what, how they made something go wrong, the best decision in your life, you can always make certain things right in your life. It doesn't matter how soon or how late it is. You could be 80 years old and you can still make your life better. You can always make your life better by making the proper decision in your life to just say, hey, I need to make this right. There's not ever a right time to do anything, but the right time to do anything is at any second. I told a lie 2 minutes ago. Okay? And this second, in this moment, it's time for you to speak the truth. Can you speak the truth? For each lie, tell the truth. For each time that you hurt yourself, what better choice can you make in that moment? My mental is deteriorating. Okay, well, what's some steps that I can take to get better mental health? What's the steps that I can make to make my health better? My physical health, my internal health. How is it that I can do that? You're not ever too old to do anything. But most of the time, some people want to be stuck in their ways and you just allow them. You just allow them. It's not for you to carry the burden. It's not for you to sit there and get upset. But you fail yourself whenever you're too concerned about making everyone else happy but yourself. Your happiness matters. What you feel matters. It doesn't matter the lifestyle and things that you do. Just long as you're making the right decisions and you're willing to sit with the fact. Like if you can sit with what it is that you do, then what you're doing, no one has the right to say that you're wrong, right or wrong, at all, ever. But also just make sure whenever you're getting other people involved, make sure that they have a say-so in something that you're involving them in. Don't have misdirected anger at someone when you can redirect that to yourself like, hey, where am I screwing up with myself? Where is it that I'm able to do better with myself? Take accountability. I had to take very strong accountability. It's like, Shrita, you were hurting yourself and lying to yourself that, hey, I hope that this person could make a better decision. I hurt myself and lied to myself that, hey, people wouldn't want to hurt you, but Shrita, where are you hurting yourself at? The longer you stay in this environment and you know these people are taking advantage of you. Where are you hurting yourself at if you decide not to show up every day, even though you don't want to show up to this? But how can I help the masses or help even just one person to know like you are heard, you are seen? My story alone will help you to know that you have the strength and courage within yourself to make a decision every day. Either you're going to do it scared or you just going to ball up within yourself and just live in constant fear. And I'm not going to be scared of something. Well, could it be a chance that my life could be on the line? I'd rather put my life on the line knowing that at the same damn time, I still spoke up. I stood up. Scared and all, I stood up. But I fought. I fought. One way or another, I fought. Some people wouldn't fight for it. You fight for who you love. You fight for yourself. If you love yourself, you fight for who you love. I love myself, so I'm fighting for this person. I'm fighting for my mental health, my emotional health, my physical health, my whole well-being, my wealth, my children, which they come from my womb. So me fighting against a medical system, I'm fighting for myself. I am deserving of better health care. That if I got to depend on other warlocks and medicine witches and women, I got to depend on them to go ahead and give me the medicine. Or I'm going to learn how to make sure that they do it efficiently, effectively. So they don't cause harm not only to myself, but not to others as well. You see? Some people take advantage of it. That's no different than you got to learn your faith. But you got to make sure, don't judge another person based off of who they pray to, because guess what? You should be well versed. I need to know about salam alaikum, my brother. Mashallah. Okay, I got to know about that. I got to know about Shanti. I got to know how to chant appropriately. I got to know the Bible verses. I got to know the Torah. I got to know about the Merkabah. I got to know about the Kabbalion. Because you can't talk about something and still have faith, but you got to understand all in all, we come from one higher power. But that one higher power requires us to do what? Do right to others. Regardless of where you go to, do right by others. It's universal. Universal law. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Regardless of what it is, you be kind. Now, how receptive you are to it, it's solely up to you. Because that's your fate. People, oh, I destiny swap with you. That's only an energetic thing. It ain't spiritual. Because it got to be in you and on you. And you can feel like you're taking on someone else's path temporarily. But it's up to the person whether they want to stay asleep or they wake up. But it'll require you to be in a lonely space where you don't believe in anything. In that one place where you don't believe in anything, you don't believe in yourself. They can only get away for so long. All right? I'm going to leave that message there for you all. Certain people feel like that they, overcoming and overcompensating for things, and they stealing things and want to do things their way. But for somebody, we have come to the end of the road, and those people who are looking to be vindictive, hateful, wanting to block your way, I'm hearing somebody, those blockages are now removed. Medically, those blockages are removed. People wanting to harm you because of things that you know, you do, what you speak about. There's conversations going on. If you dealt with things reproductively with children and things like that, people are figuring it out. Somebody, you will have victory and success, because I'm hearing victory is mine, saith the Lord. Okay? Whatever it is that you have, that you pray to, or whatever you submit to, victory is yours. Whatever crimes that were hidden, they are revealed. Some of you dealing with medical health, the truth of that is coming out. Some of y'all dealing with certain things that happen to your children, the truth is out. Some people, you had other people involved in trying to cause harm to you, the truth is out. Because what always go in the dark shall come to the light. Come to the light, come to the light, come to the light. You allow it to come, baby. People gonna always feel like shots are fired, and baby, let the shots be fired, because baby, I'll drink to that. Kool-Aid juice, apple juice, a smoothie, whatever it is that you choose. Sip tea, coffee, baby, but the truth shall come to the light. They can go ahead and try to bite the swag, but they ain't got the vibe that you carry or the energy, because it's in you. It's in you, baby. You gotta be in you and on you. Because it's spiritual. I'm hearing that song by Trinity. It was the album Trinity 316. It's a church song, Spiritual Love. That lasts for a lifetime. Feels like I've been born again. Every moment we share, nothing compared to the things that we have, of the happiness that we have. Somebody go listen to Trinity 316. Also, J Mouse, don't pray and worry. He that knows the future also rules this land and responsible for every breath we take. You just got to pray and leave it there. Even if you lost all hope and can't see past tomorrow, speak his word into your name and stand on his promise to you. Because no judgment and no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Y'all got to remember that. Okay? When people wanted to cause you blockages and harm, baby, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Did you wake up today? This is why people be like, you're not going to steal my joy. Because it's called this little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine. In a world of so much dark, of so much hate, so much cruelty, I refuse to let anybody take my internal happiness. That's why they be like, everywhere you go, people want to do things for you, because I got internal happiness. I got internal happiness. I don't need you to make me happy. I don't need them to make me happy. But the fact that people can sense when the happiness is on you, they going to want to fuck with you. It got to be in you. You can sit here and get all the views all day long, but when you go out here in the streets and stuff like that, you got to sit here and promote yourself. I ain't got to do all that. They see it on you. Can I bless you to feed you? You ain't got to do that. When you come back, I got something else for you. It's been so many people, especially among men, that when people see me, they be like, oh, don't worry about it. It's on the house. And people are like, what did you do? I didn't do anything. I was just being me. I was just being me. The conversations you carry, how you carry yourself. You could come from the darkest thing in the world, but it's in you. It's in you. It's called my little light of mine. You look all shiny and happy. You sure is glowing and pretty. That sounds so country, but I like it. I love it. I can't say that I'm country my goddamn self, so it's okay. I know I got a little twang with a little bit New York slang, a little bit, go ahead and give me that New Jack slang. You hear what I'm saying? But baby, I could be from anywhere. I could be from anywhere. I could be galactic. I can be etheric. You know what I'm saying? I can just be of love. In a world full of hate, I choose love every day. Even when I don't want to choose love, because guess what? I'd rather to choose the hardest thing to do every day than to choose what's easy to do. De amor. Yes, I am of love. I am of love. Mi amore, mi chere. Just all of that. When you just gotta wake up and choose love. Even if you don't choose it for other people, just choose it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes everybody not gonna always love you, but if you love yourself, shit, it's gonna always shine through. And I've always been a firm believer of that, but it was just like I had the problem of when you know pain, it's like I had that issue. Like I hate seeing pain on people's face. I hate to see people. I used to hate it, but now it's like now I know better that it's just like just because you see it on their face, Sharita, they didn't ask you to help them. And then at the same time, I was helping people that even with the love and the things that they were getting, it's like you're getting this for me. You realize that, right? Because you got to be able to maintain this on your own. You have to be able to maintain this on your own because once I step away, I'm away. I don't go looking back. And some people be like, they're trying to punish me. I don't punish no one. I just know the love that I carry is strong, baby. I love hard. I'm a hard lover. I ain't difficult. I'm just a hard lover. But can you maintain it? You got to maintain it. But also, I also learned that you can't give your love to people who don't appreciate it and not grateful for it. Because an ungrateful and an unappreciative person, they're not going to appreciate what it is that you do. Even the smallest or the biggest thing, they won't ever appreciate anything. A heart lover, teehee. Okay, with the Michael Jackson teehee. It's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Like some people used to take it, don't ever allow people to take your love for granted. You know what I'm saying? It's like certain times, I had that same issue like some people deal with, where everybody leaves me, just like everyone else did. And it's like, it's okay. Some people are meant to leave your life. Everybody's not meant to stay there. And I got so used to it, like it doesn't even bother me. That's why people be like, why you don't mind being by yourself? Because I'm accustomed to people leaving anyway. So why get comfortable with people being there in the first place? Thanks. That's awesome. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel the need to get comfortable with it. Your children eventually will leave you. People you love will leave you. You know what I'm saying? Just long as you still know that you're giving yourself safe space, a safe love. Like I give myself a safe space to reflect. Because if you're not giving yourself the safety and security, yes, the world will be insecure and unstable. But are you offering yourself safety and security? And I give it to myself. I can't give you something that I ain't already have. So that's why when people be like, oh, she didn't, like, I could sit there and cry because it's going to hurt your feelings. It's not going to break you because it's going to hurt your feelings. But I mean, unless you're just like emotionally, psychologically not strong, it will hurt you. You want to go crazy and things like that. Because when you're young, it's common. But as you get older, it's like certain things you don't crash out about. But it's like when you get into that space, I didn't give nothing to anyone that I didn't already have to give. So if I ever overloved someone and they took it for granted, the Most High didn't give me something that I didn't already needed to give them. They needed that love a little bit more than what I needed to give to myself at that time. But at this time in the recovery of it, now I know whatever it is that I did give them and where I was messing up at, now it's, okay, I overloved them in this area and I needed to give it back to myself. And I give it back to myself. Guess what? A win is a win. Even when you lost something, you still fucking win. I'm not losing shit in the end. I actually gain even more because you gain clarity. You gain clarity. That's the justice. That's the justice. Can't lose something that I didn't already have extra to give. Apparently it was a little bit extra that I had to give and kind of like drained you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You get a little tired a little bit. But the biggest part of it is, it's like, you know what? I did a good thing. I did a good deed. It was unappreciative. That person might have been going through something fucked up in their life. They probably was dealing with something and they needed that. And then the gratitude that you start looking at, like you gain a different perspective of the situation. You'd be like, you know what? They needed that. And you know what? That's when you are able to empathize. Like, damn, they were suffering. And you know what? At the same time, you could throw up a prayer. Like shit. Even though I would not ever want to hear anything about that woman, like I still stand very firm on it because it's just certain things that you just get past and it's forgiven. But the peace that I would gain from it is like it's certain people that just don't deserve to be here. But it's not for me to decide that. But at the same time, like my relief is to know, like, okay, that's just one person I don't have to go back into. That's not like something I would want to deal with or anything. Because at the same time, once you get the clarity, they are who they are. There's some people that are literally just very vindictive and evil in this world and they don't deserve to be in your world. And then you just have some people that they just struggle in the world, whether they get it or not. You send a prayer up like, hey, I pray for your healing. I pray things get better for you. And you just let that go. It's certain people that you just not able to pray for. Is you just be like, you know what? Just do better. And then other people, you be like, I hope you heal. I hope God put his hands on you and deliver you from whatever energy and entity that whether you knew, and when people unknowingly are just in there and they just didn't have it. And when it's people in there and of there and they know they have it, they got the resources and they just intentionally just doing wrong with it. You just know. But even then you just be like, okay, let go and you let God handle that. And this one, I'm going to let go, let God handle that, but I'm going to still send a prayer up for you. And you be like, bless them, and you keep it going. Either they'll come back because that's God's will. It's not if your will. It's not you manifesting. It's not you praying on that person. You ain't even concerned about certain people. But sometimes God wants those people to come back just to see what it is that you going to do. Not what those people going to do. Sometimes God is more concerned about what it is that you going to do. So you got to be mindful about how much he gives to you to do what it is that he wants for you. It's not ever the other way around. So for me, in my situation, it's like I know what the Most High wants for me. So, regardless, it's like, what I'm saying? I lost a lot, but I gained so much more. Like, I feel more richer, even though I'm not financially rich or nothing like that. I feel so much rich in love. I feel so much rich in like the peace and the clarity that I gained from all this. Is just like, you know what? They did what they did. They stood on business and it is what it is. So, what I'm saying? In my eyes, it's just like, love is for me. I'm not pouring cash either. You got to be mindful about how you speak on the money you have. I might not have, like I said, I might not have all the riches when it comes to finances, but I have all the riches in the abundance for myself from the Most High. As above, so below. You got to be mindful about how you speak about what it is that you have on earth. It ain't much, but you getting by, right? It ain't much, but I'm able to pay them bills. It ain't much, but I can eat. It ain't much, but I can afford what it is that I want and need. So I'm grateful for it. Because maybe one day he'll bless me to be able to have the financial freedom to do what it is that I like to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm a little bit high maintenance. I just like quality things, but at the same time, it's just like, I'm grateful for what I do have. It may not be much. I ain't got to be the biggest thing, but it's like, as long as you keep your budget, you make sure you're spending effectively and efficiently, and it's going towards the things that you are looking to do. That's what matters. Like, I make sure, like, I'm very big with budgeting. It's like, wait, make sure that you don't spend this much, boy. Or, sometimes I'll have my moments where I'll be like, shit, blow it. Long as my bills are paid, shit, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? My bills are paid. I'm not a huge eater. You know what I'm saying? Because I still have to heal my insides from everything that happened. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I know justice will be served one day. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but I know it'll eventually happen. Justice, will be served. I was craving eggs. I had 4. Like, bro, that don't sound like a bad idea. I think I got eggs too. Some eggs with some salt on it, that should be banging. Or you let it marinate in some like vinegar, soy sauce, and some other little stuff. You go ahead and do your little mix. Bussin'. But it's healthy though. It's very healthy. These are people, you know what I'm saying? Like I've had too many people wanted to steal riches, but it's like also, meaningless conversations. And at the same time, I know my spirit team be like, oh, you're so friendly and things like that. And it's just like, I have to be careful with that because it's like, sometimes I'm just too kind. And it's like, I don't be wanting to be, but then it's just like I wish people just understand it's like, if I'm just calm with you, it's just like, I'm really trying to spare you. I'm really trying to spare people. I really do be sparing people. It's just like, all right, okay, stop playing. Because then if I get pissed off, because it's rare that you're going to get me mad. It's very rare. It's like very rare. And then it's like it literally, like if I ever got mad, it's like anyone that would really have a really close relationship with me, it literally would turn into, what did you do? Because it's like it requires me to care. And the only thing I really care about is just being at peace. I don't do the drama. I don't do all this stupid shit. Right? Appreciate that. Certain people, will look out for you. For somebody, you have people look out for you. Shit, the only person I know looking out for me is the creator at this point. Some people could love the fact that someone's knowledge, fortune and fame, intellect, political authority, gives safe travels, protects against conspiracies. So somebody could have looked into something, and I'm getting something about somebody lucked up on some information. I guess earlier's read this morning I did probably was very useful. You gotta sow the seed sometime. Somebody was like, damn, your intuition was so fucking on point. I feel like it was so on point that something that somebody found. I feel like somebody could have found something like Davenport or Poinciana. It was like, what the fuck? How the hell? I mean, I don't be wanting to be bothered, but whoever this person that could have worked for like Osceola Celebration, whatever, they could be like a police officer or something like that. Like it's like somebody could be like super enamored, but also they could have seen that somebody was portraying something, and like abuse of power. Abuse of power is a thing. It's also like somebody that was like stalking someone, and somebody could have caught some type of recording from this person. It's like, oh, that's what you was planning to do? I knew it. This is like somebody looking at a person like that was in an authority situation, and it was like they wanted to hurt or harm somebody because a person didn't want to be a lover with them. And it's like, I'm telling you, this is like somebody like, wanna be my lover. So somebody could have been part of the LGBT community or something like that, and it's like, you did all this shit all because of this. Like, it's crazy. But I feel like certain things are coming to a close. Somebody's like, how the fuck do you know this shit? Like, but it's like a relief for someone. Archangel Michael in the building. Trojan man. Somebody could have entered a Trojan into the computer system. Because everybody would be like, Trojan as in condoms? Okay, well, yes, it's beneficial to start using those around this time. But also, like, Trojan is like a spiritual or a malware or a spyware in certain computers as well. So someone might want to be careful about with their computer or something like that. If you run into that, it's somebody that, I'm hearing something about the name Yvette. Levitt. Someone's like, I'm gonna take away this light because I didn't like how you said that. Oh well, don't ever get triggered. That doesn't bother me at all. It's like, I like what they're saying, but it's like somebody could be watching. Who's this person watching? Somebody is in very much so immature behavior. Makes children respectful towards their parents. So somebody, could be some children here. Or somebody could be an adult figure and acting very childish. Weird behavior. Backstabbing. The transformative time. Somebody could like watch the movie Transformers. or could have watched the movie with their family or relatives, Transformers. Also here, it's a star in the making. We're going to go ahead and do this because somebody is like wanting to avoid certain conversations. That's like putting a limit on a person on what it is that they can say. And it's like, shit, if we bring them here, then that's a whole different thing. If I'm not making fucking billions, why would I do that? You could be a mogul yourself. Something to a new beginnings. Also, you know, contractuals. Like I made it very clear for me, I would not work for a company, but I would contract with you. You can ask me what you need. You know what I'm saying? If it got to be a contract on that thing, and you know what I'm saying, that does require certain disclosures of how you know, you handle those situations, but that requires you to have the training or, you know, exactly knowing what type of system you're dealing with so you can have the discretion. Someone needs to know how does that work, okay? Somebody could be super independent. Someone, you're psychological, if you had to get a psyche valve, someone, they were trying to say incompetency, you're being found to be of sound mind, okay? Something is going to be rectified. Also, these religious group, like I mentioned earlier, if it was a religious group, somebody could already know that these people will not win as they thought they would. So if you get religious people trying to be like, oh, you don't need to be doing this and you don't do that, I'm here, ignore them. They're not talking about anything. Okay, you just know your stuff. Also, these are some people that if they're sitting here trying to point at you for somebody, these are people who were stealing from you. They are thieves. Okay, like they're gonna have the audacity to say something to you, but they go to church or something like that, but you're stealing. Thou shall not kill, thou shall not steal. You're disrespecting your own commandments. You see what I'm saying? But somebody, justice will be served. Destruction, reconciliation of a situation. Someone, your intellect is a force to be reckoned, you know. Divine forgiveness, spiritual communication. Someone, be mindful of someone trying to telepathically communicate with you. I feel like somebody is like, also, I was about to say fornicate. Weird. Or wanting to. Somebody's like, somebody could be seeing somebody differently as well. Weird. Let's see if we got anything else. Yeah, stand firm. Something about recognition and reward. Somebody wanted to create instability for you. Intuitively, certain things are coming in very powerful. Your communication, you're speaking more truth. New beginnings are coming to you. Okay, somebody could be in mental conflict. For somebody, you could also be getting like, I feel like something is going to be coming into increments. Somebody's going to be receiving certain things, whether it's going to come through you, come through you or come to you in increments. But for somebody, a message will be delivered. A message of truth will be delivered to you. Something that was meant to come to you around June 20th. Something about building 133 or 331. Hotel room. Somebody, a message will be delivered to you. So don't fret. Something about between 2 p.m. 3 a.m. Positive movement forward. I'm telling you, something positive will move forward for somebody. Also, oh, that's beautiful. For some of you, if you got a spiritual connection or spiritual union, love or something like that, that'll be moving forward. In the meantime, somebody rejuvenate. Trapped in fear, rest, rejuvenation, emotional withdrawal. Someone could be like, something is destined for somebody. If you had wanting children or you're birthing new plans, because you got to know spiritual pregnancies are those you having goals, ambitions, creating certain things. You know, men have spiritual pregnancy, women have spiritual pregnancy, and that pregnancy is you generating something over a 9 to 10 month process of coming up with what you're trying to build for a plan and just birthing it. And for somebody, you're birthing yourself into the new part of yourself, regenerating yourself, regenerating your heart. This is like something about an ice king. Somebody could have had a very cold heart, or very like cold-hearted, or just very like, somebody could have been very selfish, stingy. I feel like somebody was like, look, I don't even want to do this, I'll spend it, here you go. All right. 9177 7719 719, that's like Colorado. 917, that's like New York. Spiritual strength, hope, crown chakra, knowledge. So someone could see that you have very much so spiritual strength, intuitive, you have hope. Something about somebody, you will have hope restored into humanity, because somebody, you know what it is that you know. Patience, planning, movement, choices, decisions. Someone, you're no longer going to be dealing with conflict, disruption, or anything like that. I would not accept defeat. That was one of my military ethos. You don't give up, baby. Creativity. Somebody could get caught for trying to copy. Somebody could finally found it. 973 379. Somebody could have been born in 73, between 73 and 79. 93, 97, 99. Material harvest. Okay. Somebody, your intelligence, your creativity, what you know, your spiritual, your authority. Somebody, an authority figure, is like, they're in fear about some type of information that they're supposed to get. Somebody, an authority figure, is like, it's something that they couldn't prove, whoever this authority figure is, because somebody, you could literally by yourself. So it's like a something that they wanted to prove and they couldn't prove it because you're by yourself. You're alone. So it's just like, how is it that somebody could be like curious about how is it that you know so much about certain things and you're not around people? Because I'm getting someone saying this person don't go out much. You don't go, you don't be around people a lot. For me, I don't have any friends. I don't care to have them now. So it's just like, I'm over that. But it's just like, these people like knew that they couldn't combat something. They couldn't make something stick. Somebody couldn't make something stick. That's the truth. These people are in so much fear because it's something that they couldn't do to make it stick. So it's like something is coming to you. Somebody has to give something to you so you can move forward. You know it. They know it. It's going to happen regardless. I'm getting like something about, we are in, what time is it? We're at 10 o'clock. I gotta put the phone on a charger. So, I was about to say 7 p.m. Friday. It's not 5 degrees, but it's like 80 degrees and it's humid as heck. And I ain't trying to be in this heat and sticky as heck, okay? Something about a sacrifice. Something about a ritual. Somebody, your motivation lifts up those who feel fallen or humiliated. Baby, we all fall down, but get the hell up. You gotta get up. Get your ass up, Cletus. Okay, get up, Cletus. To infinity and beyond. This is like Toy Story. It's like one of those, I gotta be that one friend that you be like, we're in a dangerous situation, Sharita. I know, but did you see that they got a wedgie up their ass? It looked like they got a camel toe. You be like, Sharita, we in a sticky situation. That person be getting pissed off like, we're supposed to live, duh. Somebody is just like, I'm getting someone, it's hard not to love someone. It's so fucking hard to not just do this. Somebody just have to like admit it. Somebody did a Judas type of situation and it's just like, the person whoever could have did like your Judas situation, they're just struggling like, I just can't, they're just so handsome, they're just so cool, they're just so funny. Like somebody is struggling right now. Who gives a shit? They'll be okay. Get up. Don't ever be like, don't ever take anything personal. Things, if you take it personal, then take it personally and grow from it. Like, it's personal that certain people did certain things that you just can't get over, and people just, you honor the fact that people meant to do what it is that they did to you. Excuse me. But once you learn to honor that, life keeps going. Life literally keeps going. Bring it in. Shit, I'm a person. Bring it in. Now, everybody I won't be touching now. Some people, you be like, bring it in. You just need that one hug, because this probably be the only hug you will ever get from anyone. So bring it in. Whoo! Would you loosen up? Would you? Seems like your asshole is clenching your underoos. I used to say that to my son before he passed away. I'd be like, son, wear your underoos. I got my underwears. I got my underwears. I just mishear his fucking voice sometimes. Like, the peace that I would have in my home, even as a single parent, like, my kids are my friends. I miss those little people. But things happen in life, you know what I mean? You just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. It's going to be what it is. Sometimes you got to make hard decisions. Even the ones that you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'll be honest, like, I broke down crying and just seeing the pictures of my kids, but it was like, baby, you needed that. You needed that. And then it's like, I knew at the same time, it was like people, still this ex-husband, like, I was like, bro, like, motherfucker, you left since 2019 and I ain't been looking back since then. And the fact that they just been so honed in and wanted to just be like, do stupid stuff. It was just like, to me, it's like, that's the most disgusting, deplorable, disrespectful, low down, conniving type of behavior to ever have, especially when you know, like, I'm grateful for the fact that, you know what I'm saying, nothing was ever reciprocated, but it was like, I'm grateful for every experience, even the bad. The bad, the sad, I'm grateful for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm super grateful for it. Like, until you, like, the violation, a friend sitting there having people to do all these crimes so she can get pregnant and have kids from the person you were supposed to be married to knowing that your own parents, supposed to be your parent, they sleep with them. It's just like, girl, you went through some shit. I had to sit there and have a conversation. I was like, girl, you've been through some shit, ain't you? But you're here. So I can't complain. I can't complain. I'm working through it, though. I was like, you getting through it. This is one of those, you know, people keep messing with you. Archangel Gabriel and the beat keep playing. Somebody keep playing. Archangel Gabriel said keep playing. The next person that do it, and you're a man, you doing something, you're going to have to do Archangel Gabriel. And how Gabriel do you. Some people don't ever recover when Archangel Gabriel comes through. Now, Archangel Michael, he gonna sit your ass. Nah. Justice. Somebody's a Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Feminine. Or it could be a man in feminine energy. Let me see. A law official. So could be a man, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that has Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Moon or something like that, because emotions is crossing here. That are in emotions. So these are men in their feminine energy. Balance that shit out, sir. Balance that shit out. Or it could be a man that want to be a woman. It don't matter. Balance that shit out. Archangel Gabriel. God is my strength. Divine revelation reveals messages, has the power to destroy. I'm hearing if you don't want to be destroyed, find you something else to do. Leroy, Elroy, Eloy, whatever. Find y'all something better to do. You got to find something better to do. The seer. Nahiri or something like that. Be mindful. I'm hearing the name Nija or Nadia or something like that. Or it starts with an N, Nathaniel, Nathan, Nathania. You gotta be. Be mindful. Stankonia. So, Andre. Something about a cast. Archangel Michael. A higher front. Prosperity. Somebody's name could be Michael. Definitely is a Michael here. Somebody's name could be Hazel, Heniel, Israel, Hezekiah, Meba, Harold, Hira, Hiriel, Catherine, Khalil, Caleb, Matthew, McNeil, or Neely, or Natty, Thea, yeah, Harold, Hannah, Eli, Samuel, or Sammy, Hera, Annual, Himmel, C or Shay, Vashra, Visha, V something, Vishnu, Omar or Amiel, Jael, Jalil, Jael, Poi, or Paco, Paco Fernando. Be mindful. Be of peace. Be of joy. Be of love. Be better. This is not the hub. We are not on the adult site, okay? Just because y'all do y'all little things on that thing, it doesn't mean that you come over here to come play, okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. Be mindful. Perception, revelations. Discover hidden things that you try to keep hidden. Everybody else might not know. Codependent versus independent, you know? Something about Kelly, something about Michelle, Bianca, Brianna, Bria, Abriana, Abrea, Starkeisha, Darquisha, Quay, Quila, Shaquila, Shakita, Sheila, Shanita, Sharika, Shanetta, Shaquanda, Eureka. Someone thought a person knew you and they realized somebody was lying. During the summer, an African woman that did voodoo, somebody could be Black Indian. This is like someone going at their own pace. Somebody could have used, somebody's name could be Tamala or Pamela, about an old Ouija board. This situation gave me PTSD. Somebody from Ohio who's stolen money or being money traced back to them in a car lot. Somebody named Angel. Something about numbers or accountant or something like that. A guidance counselor. A motivational speaker. Somebody could be a user. Something about an assailant. They know you know everything. Positive criticism, assertive person, very constructive, okay? Somebody could figure that out. Folks you were interested in want a chance. A backfire situation is occurring to people in Alaska, or these people that are part of a male part of a group, a golf club crew, born in 1960, 1970. A science lab technician could have been looking into something about behaviors, patterns in a situation that has changed. A record company label. Somebody could be like a freestyle rapper or a battle rapper or something like that. These people were the ones who had somebody unalive at a casino because somebody was going to tell the truth. So someone be mindful. Someone thought a person knew you and they were lying. Why care? Somebody dealing with an undercover FBI female. They slept with your parent. A child psychopath. Somebody drinks Hennessy or Jack Daniels. Or the female could be a CI telling on people, or they could be like a paid CI to tell on a group. This person could be for the streets, community P or community D, a corrupt pastor in a church, politician that's paying a male for cybersecurity, signal, NASA, and military. If you're still doing this in the next 3 minutes or in the next 3 days, you're going to be getting hit with something by the federal state, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius, or a Virgo. If you keep doing this and you keep trying to tend the swords to keep something from coming to the surface, they're watching this. Something is meant to go viral. If it does not go viral and you still playing with the numbers, manipulation, and you're allowing this person's family or ex-in-laws or people that have something tied to a person due to the insurance policy, and you know that these people know it, you're going to take the fall for the butt of the rest of the people. On top of the people who you already have under your command, they're going to be taking even a harsher turn than what you are, and your public humiliation is going to happen, I'm hearing, in the next 3 to 7 days. So if you're paying someone to get into the way, or you're paying someone to keep interrupting someone's space, phone, or anything like that, for somebody in the next 3 days, it's coming to an end and it's coming to the head. Someone is going to be on the fucking CNN international news, and the embarrassment is going to be very big. And I'm hearing it's very hefty. Like, this is hefty type of money, emperor, king, pentacles type, hefty judgment type money. You're trying to cash a check that you're trying to write a check that your ass can't cash. Somebody's name could be cash. Somebody's name could be Vivian. Vivian, Vicky, or Vinny, Vincent. But I'm hearing the name Vivian or Heather. Something that you did with a school, or you meeting up with somebody at a school or at a local pool or something like that. You met with this Hadley person. I'm also hearing Terrence. Those names that I mentioned earlier. Something about inheritance. Harriet. Harrington. Something about the last name Harrington. Vivica. Veronica. This is Veronica. Ain't no reconciling with that, shouty. You can still make it right in the background, but don't fix yourself to come speak to me ever again. I said on big business with that. All is forgiven, but shit, forgiven. I take money for forgiveness. I can still forgive you from a distance. It's just certain things that when a person's still working through some things. Like I said, God still be working on this now. As long as you can honor that, it ain't no different than Alcohol Anonymous. First step is to acknowledge it. Okay. We all grieve different. Somebody's name could be Kenneth, Kevin, or Kendrick. I'm hearing Lamont. Lourdes, Lourdes, Lourdes. I'm hoping I'm saying that name right. Fabian or Fabio. Some injustices that were done. So that is part of the United Kingdom, Nigeria, Portuguese. Anna. I'm also hearing the name Kent, Rodrigo, Federico. I'm also hearing Padrino, a godfather. Somebody's godparents. Ferret. Or somebody could have ferrets. Diana. Archangel Michael, something about a reservation. Indian reservation. A betrayal. Somebody was trying to like cover that up, because it's like when it even comes to the inheritance shit, even Native American motherfuckers, them motherfuckers be racist too. They be racist. They don't be want to give up motherfuckers money, because that's a whole lot of money too. That's like Shad, Buki, and all those names. That's Louisiana and stuff like that. Dee, like, how you acting like that? You supposed to be a pastor or a minister. Like, this is supposed to be something hidden. Ain't nobody supposed to know about this. Right along with McGibbons. Oh, they got the VA and stuff like that. Well, make sure that they keep these records hidden. Like, y'all gonna keep doing some shit, and the right people gonna get pissed off. So you can't be bringing people into y'all clique and shit like that. And you know that they with the shits just like y'all with the shits, and then they realize that you was on some bullshit. I'm telling you, and especially you getting street motherfuckers with it. All right, you know them Spanish motherfuckers go a little bit harder. And then they got a way to go ahead and get that ass here. Y'all gonna be want to go on a cruise and shit like that. Hey, certain shit can get sunken ships. Quit fucking with people now. You listen. You fucking with my money, Smokey. Let me quit. You fucking with my money, Smokey. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got no shit to do. It's like one of those fuck you, Hector. It's always cool to have a Hector in your fucking corner, I swear to God. Hector was funny to me for the movie Friday. Somebody could be from California. Somebody was like, they almost fell into my death trap. Rita, no. People was like, I'm so enamored by this person though. Okay, just be enamored from a distance. They're very cool. I just don't deal with you. Too cool for school. Cuckoo, cuckoo. I want to kick it with you. You just want my body. You don't want me. You just want my body. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. What else we got? The feds. It's coming to an end. We in love with this person because we bringing them in. Okay, just make sure y'all have the nice little stuff so y'all can tell me I got to make sure I'm getting this other container and shit like that. Because if we move it, I'm with a cause. I'm up for the cause. I'm up for the motherfucking cause. You hear me? Man with ties to Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. Somebody could be black, Haitian, or African. They're about to eat their words. So these were motherfuckers talking cash shit. They want attention and clout chasing, one-sided competition. Ross clout, bumper clout, wrong with you, man. You're waste, man. How dare you be in competition with a woman? No woman, no cry. You're a batty boy. Ross. Somebody was like, how the fuck she do that? How she do that? And how you do that there? Louisiana in the building. How you do that there, Master P? I would love to work with motherfucking Master P. I will fucking love that shit. Like, mentor me. Like, bro, mentor the fuck out of me, bro. Like, that right there, that would, like, be a ultimate black business come up move. Like, to have that motherfucker as a mentor, like, that is, like, strategically, intellectually fucking smart for your mental health. Like, I wouldn't want to be a fucking TV celebrity. If I could just get the knowledge from that fucking man, fuck TV. Who the fuck needs TV when you get that type of knowledge? I know that shit is expensive. A black female circuit judge court from a circuit court in good standing, they're like, look, they could have found something with somebody open up credit cards in on somebody's name. I'm also hearing the name Carlton. AT&T IT security. Somebody's like, shit, we're going to get them new fucking security and everything. I fuck with it. A DA from a particular state. Somebody was like, missing body or person done by a close friend. So somebody could stop somebody that was trying to do something with T-Mobile and Verizon. So somebody going to find out that they friends were a part of this. In my situation, I already knew. I had all the evidence. So they probably scrolling through my fucking, YouTube and all my stuff in the community board right now looking at this shit like, yeah, we got everybody. Shit, you go back into about last year, you can see that I posted everything on everybody. Everybody in Club TC. Ain't no Hurricane Chris, but baby, let me tell you. Because you call me Halle Berry. What up, Texas? Hook 'em horns. It's like, how she do what she do. I make it do what it do, baby. I make it do what it do. Somebody could have did something to steal an opportunity to do what it is that I do. They could realize that this person is very lazy. How you do that? Duh. Well, I've been doing it long, because it's like, but you still lazy as shit. You're not giving them probable information or probable cause on what it is that you're doing. Also, somebody submitted false evidence and trying to submit something as if they said it and did it. Now that's causing other people doing the compare and contrast. They have no choice. I'm hearing contorted. But somebody had no choice but to compare and contrast about what the difference is between the other person and that person. Like, somebody wasn't bright about some shit that they did. Like, eventually people are going to want to look into the situation. And when they realize, like, for me, why the fuck would I turn down opportunities? I'm not going to sit there and say, no, thank you, I'm not interested. What the fuck? If I know something going to change my life for the fucking highest good, and I know how beneficial and useful I am, it had already allowed me to know somebody was in competition. Somebody had hacked my stuff, and I had been saying this for years. I've been saying this for years, and now it's like, I'm pretty sure it's been plenty of opportunities. Like, if the person don't approach me physically, knocking on my door or come to me, because getting mail to me, they've been stealing my mail. They will stop my mail. It'll be access to me. Like, I was literally right across the street from where I was supposed to be getting my mail from. They would literally block that shit off for me to even make it happen to go over there. Like, they will make it a hostile situation and then try to act all fucking religious now. And they knew for a fucking fact, once I got my piece, the motherfuckers knew, stay the fuck out of my way, because I'm with this shit. And if you want to fucking live and you want to get back to your kids shit, motherfuckers, like, I'm pissed off enough, your kids gonna have to witness this. You see how your mama or your daddy was acting? They had to get their ass whipped. I'm sorry, kids, but this is what happens when you grow up to be stupid adults. See, kids, don't be your parents. That's the type of shit that these people overstood and understood at the same time. And then even the people that was paying these people to do that, the reason why they had y'all do it, because they knew I was with the shit when it came to them. It's even some people sitting there like, these motherfuckers a little bit scary. No, the fuck they not. They can't be that motherfucking scary. I've been standing on my own this whole time, but shit, I'm missing out on motherfucking, opportunities that are meant to change my life. Like, only thing that I look forward to do is making sure that my life is good and my kids are good. Anything else in between, you know what I'm saying, it's not really relevant to me. But you know what I'm saying, if getting love was cool, but it's like, that's not even my first priority. Love is not my first priority. Getting to this bag, making sure stability and security is good, and then whatever my kids need, God forbid, you know what I'm saying, if they here, I want to make sure that they help get back to motherfucking stability. You know what I'm saying? Anything else after that, I don't give a shit about nothing else. Business, getting a bag, shit, I'll be in my bag acting up before I sit in there worried about settling down. Is you a player? I mean, if you want to believe it, shit, I'm the most loyal thing around. Shit, I ain't got to worry about all that cheating, all that stupid shit. I'm too worried about the fucking money to cheat. So your thing is, you got to let me know if you need motherfucking attention, sir. That's it. The only concern is she ain't paying attention to me. It ain't I ain't paying attention. You ain't said shit to me. Motherfucking closed mouth don't get fed. Shit, that's like a motherfucker you want head, you didn't ask for it. Sometimes you ain't gotta ask. Somebody was like, this one, she a trip. It is. But shit, life goes on, you know what I'm saying? All right, be constructive, be productive. I go and get some charging going on. And y'all take care, y'all.